He's got nice videos and they're informative and they have a lot of humor to them. Yeah, some people don't like reacts, and that's perfectly fine. I totally understand that. I think it should be fine when you were in the video because he did videos with other people. Am I wrong? Yes, you're wrong. Sorry. Did you watch the newest React Man? No. Mandalorian gaming videos? No. I've not seen that. No. I want. Pause this. Ordinary things. Oh.
By Morning Brew. Yay! Pizza! Ham! Potato toes! We can all agree that eating these delicious foodstuffs is a colossal waste of all our time.
What? This looks delicious. What the hell? This looks delicious! A Diet Coke? And potatoes and meat and salad? Oh, that looks fucking
man
good.
Has looked at his plate full of delectable eatables and thought, how can I avoid this necessary and joyful human function? Well, wonder no more, because thanks to the thriving meal replacement industry, chewing is a thing of the past. From powders to pills to shakes, bars and balls.
Yeah, I don't like meal replacements. It never feels good. I like enjoying my food.
You'll never
Thank you very
bother
much.
your taste buds again. But it's taken us a long time to get to this non-nutritional revolution, as the idea of eating tasteless grey mush instead of foods goes back longer than you might think. The first true precursor to—
Yeah, but pemmican doesn't count. That was for when people had no refrigeration. I'm sure he'll bring it up, but like, I'm just saying pemmican is a little bit different. It's not replacement. It's more that they didn't have refrigerations and you had to like carry it across like the country or whatever, and you didn't have a means of like storing food. So it was a good meal. Yeah, survival food, that's a good word. Spam? Is it like spam? Kind of.
To meal
kind
replacement
of like spam,
was
yeah.
a stodgy pile of fat-fried moose meat known as pemmican, derived from the Cree word pimmican, meaning manufactured grease. First concocted by Native Americans, it was made from a mix of moose meat, tallow, and dried berries, and was used as a survival food. A high-energy snack
That's
for
the key
long,
word, survival. You don't have
journeys
to eat
when
it.
no alternatives were available. Much like America itself, pemmican was yoinked by European settlers and then plundered for profit. It was especially popular among fur traders operating in the North American prairie regions, who eventually packaged it up and sold it on. It was also adopted by figures from the heroic age of Antarctic exploration, like Ernest Shackleton and Captain Robert Scott during his ill-fated Terra Nova expedition.
In fact, when Lawrence Oakes famously declared that he might be some time before voluntarily walking to his own death in the Antarctic tundra,
his team still had plenty of supplies worth of pemmican, suggesting that the choice between consuming pemmican and a horrific death by freezing was for some a toughie. There are certainly better ways to start your morning.
I think pemmican tastes like ass if I remember correctly.
Massive piss.
Yo, Semper, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Until recently, I used to spend my mornings pretending that they weren't happening. But then I discovered Morning Brew.
Morning Brew!
No, not that one! Morning Brew is a free daily newsletter delivered Monday to Sunday straight into your inbox. It gets you up to speed on everything in business, finance and tech in just 5 minutes. That way you have time in the morning for all sorts of activities. Traditional news is biased hog snaff for boomers and people who can't form their own opinions, whereas Morning Brew is witty, informative, and relevant. They keep me in the know about which tech billionaire is moving to Texas next. Spoiler, it's all of them. They're also hot on all my favourite cryptocurrencies, which is where I dumped all their sponsorship money. Uh-oh. Luckily for me—
Doggy coin out of business.
Morning Brew is completely free, and it only takes 15 seconds to sign up. Thanks,
If it's free, then they take your data. Hate to break it to you, chat. You have to pay somehow.
Morning Brew, you're the best. Once the Arctic got all discovered, people realised there weren't nothing there except some albino bears, some stinky ox, and eventually evidence of apocalyptic planetary decline. Anyway, pemmican fell out of fashion, but the idea of meal replacement continued. The inhospitable conditions of the Arctic were replaced by the inhospitable environment of the 20th century. During the Great Depression, people who actually had jobs were so busy that they dreamed of something that could cut out all those pesky meals. Sadly for them and their corporate slave drivers, the notion of true meal replacement was just a science fiction fantasy, appearing in the barely edible pages of the newspaper.
It makes me so sad that, like, the industrial complex as a whole has moved up so much that basically eating and taking time to yourself to eat has become such a problem that meal replacements are kind of like almost come full circle. If you know what I mean? It's so it's depressing in a lot of ways. Yeah. It's like, why is this allowed? It's just slave driver work. You can't sit down to eat. You get 20 minutes. It's like, oh yeah, I've got this, I've got that, I've got this pill and it like replaces an apple. It's like, no it doesn't! Take time for yourself! Sit down and eat! Fucking Amazon making people piss in bottles and shit too.
In 1930s sci-fi musical Just Imagine, we see one of the first visual depictions of the meal in a pill, where the protagonist wakes up in the futuristic 1980s.
Holy shit,
Well,
1980s.
Table d'oeuvre a la carte. Oh, I used to take the regular dinner. Okay. Here you are. Clam chowder, roast beef, beets, asparagus, pile of oat and coffee. How does that sound? Oh, that's fine. Okay. You know, I love roast beef. Yeah? Here you are, boy. Wrap yourself around that.
Mommy!
Piss, piss,
Oh,
piss.
shit!
Piss, 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 piss,
Yeah!
piss,
Zemi!
fucking shit.
Rise!
Calm, piss myself.
Zemi! Welcome!
Piss, 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 fuck, piss, fuck, piss, fuck, piss, 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 fuck, piss.
Oh my god! Zemi, hello! How are you doing, cutie? Oh my goodness! Welcome, welcome! We're just doing a little react video. We're watching some dystopian videos about why I quit my job. Or why I am quitting my job. The panty drawer? Excuse me. That's kind of rude. Ain't no way. Nobody's getting near that. Hello, my name's Lana. Hello, Raiders. If you like React content and like informative and critical, well, maybe not so critical thinking, but criticizing videos and the topics within them, then stay around, stick around. I'm just gonna hang out here. Zemi, I hope your stream was awesome. Thinking a lot. Fuck you, man. Freak you.
Eat it.
Apparently, there were enough people who found eating to be an unbearable chore, so the
Yum.
meal pill has a strange longevity in speculative fiction. It turned out, though, that Just Imagine's
doing great.
prediction of a meal replacement pill in the 1980s was way too late. Housewives all over America were replacing their meals with nothing since the 1940s.
That's where it
all with the
began.
help of a few pills that
Thanks,
came in
Emmy.
all the colours of the rainbow. Diet pills were prescribed by many doctors up until the 1960s, and they were wildly popular. Products
Yeah, and it killed a lot of women specifically, too. Yeah, from malnutrition. Yep.
like Obertrol,
Very common.
RDX, and Clarcotabs all had one special appetite-suppressing ingredient in common: amphetamines, better known today as speed,
Amphetamines, yeah,
addies, uppers, black beauties, study buddies, dexies, zingers, fleamble wambles, and fucking, I don't know, I'm making some of these up. The original Obertrol pills actually contained a speedy
love
cocktail
tasty
of
meth.
amphetamines and methamphetamine derivatives.
They used to feed those to people and it was perfectly fine. This is why you should never believe anyone. Do your own fucking research, figure out that meth is probably bad for you and not eat it.
That's right, meth pills for the hungry housewife. Get 'em in your mouth.
What's the best way to reduce? Eat plenty or starve yourself? Starve yourself? Wrong. A half-empty stomach causes hunger tantrums. Now with the RDX full stomach reducing plan, you fill your stomach, avoid hunger tantrums, lose excess weight naturally and fast. So if your doctor is told
Yeah, meth definitely makes you lose weight. And your teeth,
you to
too.
lose weight, get RDX at your drugstore now.
Oh my god, man.
And to be fair, they did work. Amphetamine boosts the natural metabolism of the
course they
body,
do.
helping you to burn calories a lot faster. Plus, you shed all that
Suppresses
extra
your
tooth weight by
hunger,
grinding
too.
them to dust. They would also lead to serious heart problems, dependency, insomnia, and good old-fashioned psychosis. But you did get a great workout from robbing all those liquor stores. Side effects were noticed by physicians soon enough, with legions of formerly thick housewives tweaking out by dinner time. Of course, back in those days, you could just fix your wife's irrational mood swings with a swift
Well, yeah, they did like lobotomies, and they also beat women. You know, the usual. The serving a nice knuckle sandwich before you go to work.
frontal lobotomy.
Yeah, the usual.
But companies that were profiting from these pills did have a more humane solution. Dose your wife up with a load more pills to counteract the side effects. Clark & Clark's creatively named Clarko tabs came in an assortment of colours. This was nifty marketing and suggested to the user that they were on a personalised regime. Firms would pass these pills directly on to private doctors, cutting pharmacies and regulatory agencies out of the grift. This was despite the fact that these appetite-suppressing drugs were completely disrespected by academic physicians at the time.
Well, they also don't, like, replace nutrients. Like, there's no nutrients in the pills. It just makes you stop eating, which is also fucking bad for you. Those women also probably, after, if they even quit the meth addiction that they had, they would gain the weight back just as fast because their body is super screwed up.
It wasn't until a congressional investigation in 1968 that this suburban crank epidemic received wider attention, revealing
That's
that
a
these
word I
weight
haven't
loss
heard in a
clinics were
long
making up
time.
to $250 million annually just in patient fees. Another small detail I just want to point out from this congressional hearing is a witness testimony from an Air Force doctor who tells a story about a pilot who was hooked on these pills, a guy who refused to disclose he was on the stuff out of embarrassment, and who would have psychotic episodes while flying a plane.
Don't worry, Doc, I'm pretty sure I can bring this sucker down on the Rainbow Road.
After this, diet pill mania died down, but it didn't disappear. Created by Thompson Medical, Dexatrim was the best-selling diet pill in the late 1970s, ruining everyone's fun by getting rid of all that speed and replacing it with caffeine. Boo. But they also sprinkled in a new ingredient called PPA, which was present in many other diet pills and cold remedies in the era. Unfortunately, PPA caused hypertension and strokes. Pretty serious ones, too. Yeah.
Oh boy.
The only worst way to lose weight in the early 1980s was AIDS.
Peanut butter AIDS.
Candy. And I'm not gaining weight. I'm losing weight deliciously with the aid of AIDS. The AIDS diet plan really works.
AIDS candy contains a safe and effective appetite suppressant when used as...
Yeah, about the safe part, I don't know. AIDS! I love eating AIDS, Chad. Do you like AIDS?
...directed. Helps curb your appetite so you can lose weight. And AIDS candy has no stimulant that can make you nervous.
So meal replacement needed a fresh marketing spin. One that made it feel like a treat. The answer was liquid meal replacement, also known as meal replacement shakes, after what they are and
these
what
are
they'll
the
give
ones
you
I hate.
if you follow their diet plans. The first of these was Metrical, helping housewives drop a dress size since the early 1960s. It was originally created for hospital patients who were unable to digest solids.
Of course. Of course they try to rebrand it for dieting. Oh my god, it's because they didn't make enough money off the people that couldn't chew.
I mean, have you ever visited a cancer ward? Those people are trim. God.
That was
but by the
terrible,
1980s,
sir.
the chalky and unpleasant Metrical was demolished by Slim Fast.
My husband didn't think I could lose the weight.
Boy, was I wrong.
The Slim Fast Pledge. Give us a week. We'll take off the weight.
Coming in a variety of flavors, it was advertised with its easy-to-follow Slim Fast plan. basically replace 2 meals a day with one of their bowel-loosening sugar shakes.
Loosening sugar and eggs. Yo, Lynch, thank you for the tier 1 for 3. Thank you.
It was fantastic. In 1 week, I lost 7 pounds. 7 pounds.
Wow,
Have
7
one shake for
pounds.
breakfast, 1 shake for lunch, then eat a sensible dinner.
Other than its
Sensible,
pretty
my ass.
substantial sugar content, Slim Fast is mostly just made of whey protein isolate and milk protein concentrate, which can give you stomach aches and diarrhea. But I guess the natural
Base.
way to lose weight has
Now you have diarrhea and you shit out all the food and you lose weight because you didn't get any nutrition out of it. That's how they got their money. Yeah, just diarrhea it all out.
So into it than shit yourself thin. In 1996, the EU created specific legislation to regulate the way meal supplements were advertised and manufactured. So let's look at how Slim Fast markets itself in the States and in Europe as a point of comparison.
For 40 years, millions of people just like you have lost weight fast with the clinically proven Slim Fast plan.
Ah yes, clinically proven, which doesn't
Yeah, I don't know about clinically proven. I've never heard of someone who's lost a lot of weight, like losing a lot of weight because of Slim Fast or anything like that.
mean much. It's like when a journalist says studies show, or your friend says a friend of a friend told me. As long as they say somewhere on their packaging that the FDA hasn't backed these claims up, they can cite whatever clinical evidence they want, no matter how flimsy, or if they paid the clinics to do the studies themselves.
Control hunger up to 4 hours and see results in just 1 week.
Oh, that's a good one. See that there? Controls hunger for up to 4 hours when
Isn't that normal? You're not supposed to eat all the fucking time. Right? Am I crazy? Why do you need suppressants for that? Yeah, man, what the hell? What?
and used as part of the Slim Fast plan. But seeing as the Slim Fast plan includes one normal meal, what they're just saying is that a normal meal will fill you up for up to 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. So in Europe, Slim Fast has to be a little sneakier. They have less room to wiggle around the facts. Instead, they use celebrity ambassadors like Kelly Brook, who will be recognizable to their target demographic.
What do you mean, maybe if you have an eating disorder, you eat at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then you eat at 12, and then you might wait a little bit longer? Like, I don't understand. You think eating every 4 hours is an eating disorder? Yeah, 6 hours is fine. I'm saying, like, yeah, she's hot, man. She got the curviness to it. Yeah. I don't know, man. I eat at 7, 12 or 1, and then I might have like a little tiny little snack at like 2, and then I don't eat until like 6 or 7 or 8. Eating disorder people who eat more frequently? Yeah, that's all of America, I guess.
Demographic of sad middle-aged women who watch daytime TV and drink rosé alone. They also get so-called journalists to shit out barely digested press releases in pseudo-empowering pieces about Kelly standing up to imaginary diet shamers.
Nobody's shaming her, she's
this
hot.
Shit really boils my blood for some reason, but oh, but who needs celebrity endorsements when you can have an army of desperate salespeople who need to shift your product to avoid bankruptcy? That's right, Herbalife.
What the
Herbalife
hell is
products
that?
come with more than
What?
just guaranteed science and manufacturing excellence behind them. They come with a person, a voice for the products, an Herbalife member who works with the customer.
Have you guys heard of this? What the hell is Herbalife? What? An MLM? Ah, true. That's probably why I haven't heard of it.
Herbalife is a multi-level marketing company
Oh, you just explained
that also
it.
sells powder-based meal replacement drinks. Like Slim Fast, it's been in business since the 1980s, and it has expanded its
1980s.
global workforce in a downward trajectory, like some kind of three-dimensional triangle.
We haven't been in the business a year yet. Our 9th royalty check was $40,883, and we're excited.
I used to drive a truck, and I made $80,000 last month. You want to join this sucker or not?
We totally didn't pay her to say that and lie to everyone. Yeah, literal paid actors.
Its first and still most popular product is the soy-based Formula One protein
soy!
shake.
I love soy!
Much like Slim Fast, it is very high in sugar, making up to 40% of its powdered weight.
Holy. That tastes like ass.
It tastes like steel. But it's different from other shit shakes because it's herbal, innit?
So I got very excited about herbs, because one thing I knew about herbs is that they would cleanse the system. This way we could get all the proper nutrients in your system and you would absorb them because you were getting cleansed inside.
But what really separates Herbalife from its competitors isn't a smattering of parsley, it's a cult of personality.
Whether you're sitting out there tonight, even if you don't have 1 pound to lose or not, I guarantee you this. You get onto these products, you're going to feel better than you ever have in your entire life.
I love the guarantee. It's such a word. I don't know. I guarantee that you're gonna feel better. It's like, you can't guarantee anything, my man. Sorry.
I guarantee it.
It's classic salesman.
That, and it's triple the price of competing brands and usually only sold in large quantities.
It's a cult.
It's actually a right ball ache to just get it in these sachets, and then it was like 20 quid for 10 of them.
What the
People with
hell,
higher
man?
budgets and staff to write their jokes for them have already taken Herbalife to task for their predatory multi-level marketing practices. But this model is really effective for this kind of company because it allows them to take no responsibility for how their independent distributors market the product.
Write this down. 25% should be on telling them about the products, whatever you're going to say.
Oh, here we go.
75% should be spent on telling your story and everybody else's story on how they've lost weight and how it's worked for them.
And how it's not real. Yeah! Just kidding. Don't tell them that part. Otherwise, they're not gonna buy your shit. That's right, chat. This is how I turned into an anime fox girl, and it totally makes you happy. Yeah!
Herbalife has and had a very personal culture, a cuddly sense of belonging and achievement. And today the company retains that personal and aspirational touch by spraying their product all over their target demographic's favourite Instagram personalities. Reality TV seat fillers and collagen-clogged skinfluencers monetize their bikini pics with Herbalife sponsorships. They aren't just pushing powder though,
those skinfluencers are basically walking billboards, fun fact.
Are selling an entrepreneurial fantasy. Herbalife shillers celebrate sales milestones and brag about joining the company's coveted Millionaires Club tier. And you'll never see these weight loss journeys or aspirational goals on Herbalife's official channels. They let their independent distributors do that for them. They do this both to save themselves from legal trouble and because it seems more authentic when it's coming from someone who is ostensibly independent of the company.
Yep.
But do Slim Fast
authentic.
and Herbalife and other milkshakes like them actually help you lose weight? The answer is yes, and then very much no. Because eventually it becomes intolerable to live off milkshakes. So people end up going back to the food that made them fat in the first place. They aren't actually replacement for meals. They are just something to make starving yourself more bearable. But meal replacement doesn't have to all be about weight loss. What if instead you could hack the human gut? Not with a rusty cleaver, but with science.
Please don't tell me he talks about, like, skinny models shoving worms down their throat to, like... I've heard horror stories of women eating tapeworms and then having them live in their gut to, like, lose weight because they'll eat it. Yeah, I've heard of those. I don't know if he brings it up. Yeah.
Reverse engineering every human's basic nutritional requirements and then cramming them into a lifeless, paper-flavored paste. Luckily for us, Silicon Valley is here to reinvent stuff that already exists and then make us pay through the nose for it through a subscription service. Why am I outside?
Good point. Why are you outside, sir?
In 2013, a software engineer named Rob Reinhardt decided to treat the human diet
It looks
like a solvable
AI,
equation.
man.
I have a background as an engineer. I studied electronics and computation.
Am I crazy? He looks like a bot. It looks like a generated AI.
But what I really learned was how to break problems down. Everything is made of parts. Everything can be broken down. Food really is made out of chemicals. It is reducible.
So fucking weird, man.
He purchased all the chemical ingredients he believed were necessary for a healthy human diet, mashed them all up, and then created a product.
What the hell? That's what Soylent is? Oh my lord, man. I didn't know that's what Soylent was. I thought Soylent was just some stupid ass, yeah, like soy product that people pushed. I didn't know it was because of that.
Soylent isn't available in the UK, so this is just soil I got from the garden.
Soylent is an alternative to traditional food that gives people a convenient, affordable, and healthy way to fuel their bodies.
Yeah, affordable my ass.
Soylent from
Silent breed is people!
Yeah, but naming his product after dystopian man mush was somehow not its worst sales pitch.
Unlike most other foods which prioritize taste and texture, Soylent was engineered to maximize nutrition.
It's to maximize nutrition so it tastes like ass, and then you have to sit in your cubicle and taste this disgusting freaking water, soy shit in your cup, and eat it and remind yourself that you're still working and you have no time to stop. You have no time to stop and eat because you're drinking soy. You're answering emails. You're answering Zoom calls. It's so bad. This is so dystopian to me. Am I crazy? Am I just a schizo? I don't understand. This picture is so bad. She can't have time to freaking sit down and eat a meal, so she drinks Soylent. So insane to me.
To nourish the body in the most efficient way possible.
Soylent's pitch as flavorless gunk that you chug down so you don't die is pretty bold and original, and I do think it deserves kudos for that. Because who hasn't seen a mother bird blowing chunks into its infant's mouth and gone, It also bucks the trend we've seen with meal replacements so far in that it's not directly marketed towards women. Now, after years of progress, men can feel ashamed of their bodies too.
It is also a totally bogus pizza.
Yeah, it is.
Try a Soylent instead.
That's right, it's for everyone who is too lazy, stupid, or scared to use a microwave. Although that's unfair because Soylent's biggest fans are obviously people who are active AF. With Soylent, you can pretend to listen to music. Sit on some rocks with your best gal. Or chug down a big boy batch before slamming some ecstasy. Unlike their customers, Soylent did produce some solids from time to time. Like the Soylent Bar, a slightly more active version for those mouthleets who could actually be bothered to—
What the hell is that? It looks like a really big booger.
to chew something. In order to do this though, Soylent had to replace algal oil with algal flour. Big mistake. Not long after this product went to market, it was recalled for causing nausea, vomiting, and gastrointestinal.
It made people sick, and people still buy the Soylent and they drink it. Wow, no way, really? Poggers.
Distress. This really hurt its already waning appeal, and then it opened the market for the new, current heavyweight champion of meal replacement. That's right, Huel! Launched in 2015, Huel is the latest and greatest meal replacer on the planet. And after some research, you might be surprised to hear me say
never heard
that
of Huel.
is... Yeah, it's alright. It's not bad. It's like fine. Its name promises something similar to Soylent, a oh-so-clever portmanteau of human and fuel. But it could have been a lot worse.
But one of the other names was you know, kibble is dog food, right? But it's complete dog food. And you put human in it, so you put the two words together and you end up with...
That is not a good name, man. That is not a good name.
And this human dog chow is directed towards my fellow dude bro. From the meatiest gym-dwelling meathead to manga page moisteners like myself. It's heavily promoted in the man cave corners of the internet, which is like, you know, everywhere but Pinterest. In many ways, Soylent had to walk before Huel could run down your leg. It is quite similar.
But what's the difference? Is it the same shit, different packaging?
To Soylent. It is, after all, still baby food for big boys, but it has a few crucial tweaks to its formula. The most important of which is that it's not mostly made of soy-based whey protein, which can inflame your gut. Its protein is actually derived from peas, which makes it both vegan, if that means anything to you, and it also means that it's got more protein in it, which actually makes it a pretty good pre-workout, not meal. You can also mix it with coffee if you are absolutely dead set on ruining both your eating and drinking experiences. Unlike Herbalife, Huel's cult of self-declared Hueligans was not built through empty promises of a pyramid scheme, but through a sincere and cringe appreciation of the product.
Welcome all you Hooligans. Great to have you on board.
Another cult, by the way. What a surprise.
r/Huel is packed with thrifty college students who think they're playing 5D chess with their food bill and guts, and a litany of memes devoted to Huel's tendency to make you expel noxious gas.
Because of Huel, he's farting, I can tell. Put your mic in your ass so we can tell if you're farting or not. That's a real one I read. Put a mic.
Germa on Huel farts during a Pikmin stream. Of course Germa would drink Huel.
Onto your, like, asshole, so we can be sure you're not farting. That's what I have to read over here.
After decades of companies trying to glamorize their pathetic powders, Hooligans refreshingly understand that meal replacement isn't cool or really good for you. It's just filler. Human fuel for your gut and anus. With the most devoted and based Hooligans turning dinner into a squalid fistful of crammable calories. Huel truly is the closest thing to the 1930s fever dream of a meal in a pill. And for that, it should be commended. So if you're really, really dead set on not eating real meals, then Huel gets the Ordinary Things official seal of acceptability.
I still don't buy it. I feel like this guy has a bias.
It's aight. Shout out to Dan on Twitter and the beautiful town of Grimsby for this great idea for a video. I'll see you next time, and stay healthy out there.
Yum! That's what we should all do.
I just got done editing this video. It was a long one, but I just wanted to add this to say thank you to all my top tier patrons and all my patrons, because
I'm good. I'll just eat normally, even if it sucks, and
thank you enough.
It takes up time. Guys, remember to eat freaking food, man. Smells like Huel in here. It sounds like Huel sounds like a word for a, like, not. It sounds like almost like an insult. I don't know why. Yeah, an insult. Eating sucks? Eating does not suck, man. A chicken sandwich? Oh, hell yeah. That sounds good as fuck.
You smell like fucking Huel, bruv.
What? I do not fart. I do not fart. I can't even remember the last time I farted. Huel. You will eat your dinner pill, and you will bend over for your corporate overlords to take your time out of your day to eat. How dare you? Yeah, you will own nothing, and you will like it. Why, man? Do not sniff of that. Do not. Do not sniffer. No sniffers allowed. Don't sniff the farts. I didn't fart either. That was you, chat. You're disgusting. Eat my lunch as slowly as possible. Best. Mommy. Piss. Shit. Piss. Fuck. Fucking shit on. Piss myself. Fuck. Piss. Fuck. Piss.